Welcome to the Dan Casper Show podcast, your chance to catch the full show anytime, anywhere. If you missed it live on the radio, no worries. We've got you covered with all the sports talk, opinions, interviews, and conversations from the show. From the Packers to the Brewers to the biggest stories in sports and around Wisconsin, it's all right here. This is the Dan Casper Show podcast. What's up, everybody? Good morning and happy Tuesday. DK Show coming to you from the TDS Sports Talk studios this morning. Hopefully you had a good weekend, 3-day weekend for some of you, whether you are listening on the radio dials, 105.1 FM, 790 AM, online at sportstalk1051.com, WAYYradio.com. Got the app, download that, take it on the go. Smart devices, smart speakers like your Alexa devices, and the video stream on YouTube, Man Cave TV, up and rolling here this morning. What do we have on our game plan for us on this Tuesday morning of May 26th? We've got lots of baseball to catch up on. Brew Crew-wise, Brewers, if we go back to the weekend series against the Dodgers, they did fall against the Dodgers in that series. They picked up a win Friday night, but falling Saturday and Sunday. But yesterday in game one of their series with the Cardinals, the Brewers come out on top, 5-1, thanks to the Brewers putting up 3 in the first. You had a Yelly bomb, and the Miz just being the Miz again. Jacob Misiorowski picking up his 5th win on the season, 5-2. Now has an ERA of a 1.83. He went 7 innings yesterday, 2 hits, 1 earned run, just 1 walk, and then Aaron Ashby shutting it down after that, not even giving up a single hit or a walk either. So Brewers begin this division series with a Game 1 victory. And they'll be throwing out their second fireball, or their second, maybe their Batman, Robin. What duo should we call Miz and Harrison right now? But Kyle Harrison going to be getting the start tonight for the Crew, as they will look to secure at least a series win against the Cardinals. And then Game 3 coming up on Wednesday, which is a little TBD at this point because Logan Henderson's dealing with some back issues, some back tightness. So Pat Murphy yesterday saying it is a bit of a concern right now that they're monitoring. So maybe Logan Henderson will not be getting the start on Wednesday, but we'll see. So plenty of Brewers talk to get your way, and even more Jacob Misiorowski talk. So get ready. Matches a career high 12 Ks last night with his performance. He will maybe one more starts here in the month of May. We'll see. But I mean, gave up his first run, that scoreless streak. Came to an end with giving up a run. But so far in the month of May, 4-0 in 5 games and a .29 ERA. 5 1/3, 6-7, 6-7. Those are his innings. He's given up in 5 games, just 11 hits total, 1 earned run, 6 walks, and 49 strikeouts. 49 strikeouts in the month of May alone. He's already up to 100. 100 this season. He had 87 last year. But he's already at 100. just ridiculous. Ridiculous. So we're going to talk Miz. We're going to talk Harrison. Kyle Harrison is going to try to get his 6th win on the season on the mound tonight for the Crew. Brewers currently holding on to that first place spot in the NL Central standings, if that's something you are paying attention to as we approach the end of May. Brewers are up 2.5 games over the Cardinals. The Cubbies riding a 9-game losing streak right now are 3.5 back Reds, 4 back Pirates, 4.5 back. Every single team still in the NL Central with a winning record. What else do we got on the docket here this morning? We will touch on a little bit of Giannis and Bucks and such, because we got some rumors, rumblings, whatever you want to call it, out there. Maybe fake stuff, who knows? But there is some rumblings and rumors out there. So we'll go through the latest surrounding Giannis and whether he will be traded or staying in Milwaukee, some potential trade packages out there as well. So we'll hit this up and kind of keep you posted and update. I know a big one out there right now is the Heat. There was a little bit of a mention about the Celtics, possibly. So, but we'll get you updated as we next month, the NBA draft, which we know is kind of that soft deadline to make a decision on the future of Giannis and Milwaukee Bucks. But so we got a little hoops chat. The Knicks advancing to the NBA Finals after they took down the Cavaliers yesterday in a sweep, a 4-game sweep. So the Knicks, they're playing some really good basketball in this postseason so far. Can it continue? We'll see still waiting to see who they're going to be matched up against as San Antonio and OKC. They'll be back at it tonight for Game 5, but that series is tied at 2 apiece. Stanley Cup playoffs. We've got Carolina picking up a overtime victory last night against the Canadiens. So Carolina is up 2-1 in that series. And Vegas right now up 3-0 against Colorado. They could sweep Colorado tonight with a victory. So we'll see if that's the case or if the Avalanche can make a little bit of a comeback here. Since it is Tuesday, it is a Toyson Ford, a Grind My Gears Tuesday. So what is grinding your gears? All right. Make it appropriate, and you can send it on over to us via that Shoe Doctor's bullpen line, 715-830-1912. Or hit us up on the Section 105 chat room on our video stream. It is also, speaking of Toyson Ford, we had the Eau Claire Express season beginning last night. High-scoring affair for the first game of the season. 9-8 loss for the Express, though, against Fond du Lac. They'll be back at it tonight at Carson Park for Midwest Family Broadcasting Night. So if you want a magnet schedule, I've got one of them up in the studio right now. Be passing those out this evening. So again, 7:05 first pitch for tonight's game, Game 2 of this Express season. It is also a Sports Confession Tuesday. So what are some sports confessions that you may have? You can send those on over as well. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying blank, but I'm just saying blank. All right, what you got for that? Even though we didn't have a program yesterday, if you want to do a little VFW Post 305 best and worst from the weekend, we'll allow it here too, since it was a little bit of a longer weekend. So if you want to throw something in for a little best and worst from the weekend, please feel free to do so. You can send those on over as well. We'll catch up with RJ Cardinal in about the 8 o'clock hour. Mostly going to be talking about some NCAA potential expansion, the college football playoff, Big Ten really pushing maybe to get 24 teams into that thing. So we'll talk to RJ Cardinal about that and the latest talks about that. I was reading a little bit. Big Ten either wants 12 or 24. So 24 teams. Man, the college football playoff, how'd that work out? How does that play out? But we'll talk about that with Mr. Cardinal coming up in a couple hours from now. So, all right, that's your game plan. Let's get things going here this morning. Coming up on the leadoff, we'll talk some baseball. We'll talk some Brewers baseball. Brew Crew, if we go back to the last few days, dropping their series against the Dodgers. But they bounced back yesterday to pick up their 31st win on the season to improve to 31-20, 11 games over 500, picking up that win against the Cardinals, who are in second place in their division right now. The Miz continues to be the Miz, just setting that bar even higher and higher and higher. Dude is, I know last week we said, what's a word to describe to Jacob Misiorowski right now? Because kind of running out of things here to describe the performance from Jacob Misiorowski, but just a we're witnessing something special when it comes to Misiorowski. So, but we'll talk about that and then preview Game 2 tonight with Kyle Harrison on the mound for the Crew. So, let's get things going. We'll take our first break, and then we've got the leadoff coming up after these quick words. Whether you are chasing a championship or you're just trying to stay active, your body deserves the best care. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, they help athletes and non-athletes alike get back to doing what they love. From sports injuries and joint pain to everyday aches, their expert team is here with personalized care every step of the way. So no matter your level of activity, you do not have to sit on the sidelines. Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, helping you move better, to feel better, and to live better. All right, let's get things going here this morning. We got Barb already on the video stream saying, good morning, world. Make it the best one you can. Good words of encouragement on this Tuesday morning. Thank you, Barb. So let's talk some Brew Crew. Got a few games to recap, right? So maybe a lot of you want to move on from the Dodger series and such, but hey, let's give some credit to where credit's due. And Logan Henderson in that game picking up, if we go back to Game 1, which was Friday night, Logan Henderson picking up his second win of the season, going 5 innings, just giving up 2 hits, no earned runs, did issue 3 walks, but 7 Ks. Brewers offense able to put up 4 runs in the bottom of the first there to give him an early cushion, to give him a little bit of run support right away. Contreras with that 3-run shot. He ended up collecting 3 hits in the game. Vaughn, who's been hitting it really well here as of late, too, also collected a couple hits with an RBI in Friday night's game. Chad Patrick picking up his second save of the season and second career save. So it was a good start to a series back on Friday. But after that, it kind of came tumbling down a little bit. It might be a little dramatic as such. But Brewers, if you go back to Saturday's game, they jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the first. You're like, all right, here we go. We're off to a similar start. Brewers offense has been giving some of their pitchers some early run support here. You like it. You love it. But 4th inning, they lost it. Dodgers able to put up 4 runs in the top of the 4th to take the lead and not look back. Brewers offense couldn't get anything going. Sasaki, after giving up the 3 runs in the first, ends up going 5 innings, and that was the only amount of runs given up, 4 hits to get his 3rd win of the season. Dodgers just kind of really put it out to pasture and then shut the door on that thing, putting up 7 runs between the final 2 innings. Walks were the big issue for the Brewers in this game. Robert Gasser picking up his first loss in the season. He gave up 4 earned runs, but also issued 4 walks. Woodford at the back end, 4 walks. DL Hall even giving up a couple of walks. 11 total walks for the Brewers. Yeesh. Yuck. Can't have it. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. And then on Sunday's game, again, Brewers jumping out to an early lead. Second inning, Sal Frelick with the fielder's choice sacrifice, giving the Brew Crew an early 1-0 lead. Dodgers able to tie it up in the 4th and then put it away in the 5th with 4 runs. Offense couldn't get anything going. Yamamoto ends up going 7 innings. 7 hits, 1 earned run. Brandon Sprout, again, walks kind of an issue. Picking up the loss, going 4 innings, but 4 walks did match or did set a career 7 Ks. But again, free issues, free passes, those walks, they're killers, man. So Brewers offense couldn't get anything going after that first inning. So they lose Sunday's game 5-1, drop the series against the Dodgers. No time to pout or feel sorry about themselves because they have the Cardinals coming in right away yesterday on Monday. And weird, Brewers again, first inning, giving them some run support. Right away, Brewers offense been putting up some runs early in games as of late here. You like to see it. You'd like to see them maybe add some more as the game kind of progresses and such. But they're giving some of these younger pitchers, some of their flamethrowers, some early cushions here. And that was essentially all Jacob Misiorowski needs. If I feel like if your offense is going to give you a 3-run lead in the first, and you got Jacob Misiorowski on the mound, you're probably feeling pretty good about your chance to win the ball game. And that was kind of the case yesterday. Jacob Misiorowski, 7 innings, 2 hits, 12 Ks, 1 walk, 1 earned run. Aaron Ashby locking it up afterwards, 2 innings, not giving up a single hit. Misiorowski matching his career high with 12 Ks in the performance yesterday. It's, again, what do you say? What do you say about Jacob Misiorowski that we have yet to say about Jacob Misiorowski? We're running out of stuff. He struck out his 11th batter at 102 miles per hour. By the way, this is the thing. Okay, we could throw out a question if we wanted to about Misiorowski. Like, what's the thing that maybe impresses you the most, or the thing that really stands out to you the most? I would say it's between a couple of things. One, I mean, has multiple games now where he's been in the 7th inning. 2 is the command and the control. 3 is the dude is still throwing high heat, triple digits in the 7th inning, late in the game, for crying out loud. Those are the 3 big things that really stand out to me about Jacob Misiorowski. 5-2, and his month of May has just been insane. Absolutely insane. 5 games, 4-0, nearly 5-0, 0.29 ERA, 11 hits, 1 run, 49 strikeouts, 6 walks. Of his 443 pitches that he has thrown in the month of May, 316 have been strikes. An opponent's batting average so far against him in the month of May, 105. That is it. 105. Insane. Absolutely insane. And it's scary to think that, this guy is, a year into his career, not even quite yet, or maybe just getting, what was the anniversary? Was it June last year he was called up? Somewhere around there. But you just kind of think he might continue to get better and better the more experience the guy gets. That's what's the scary thing in this thing. Man. But it's just, are you at the point when Misiorowski goes out there and has a game like he has been in the month of May so far, where you're just not surprised anymore, where you're just like, you kind of shrug your shoulders. You don't want to take it for granted. I don't want to come out and say you don't want to take it for granted. But is it to the point where the bar is set so high for Misiorowski that when he has these type of performances, you're like, yeah, that's kind of what we've become accustomed to so far. It's kind of what we're used to. And I know I've used this example before and this reference before, but if you're a Packers fan, it might be, and I'm not saying he's to this level yet, but it might be kind of like an Aaron Rodgers-esque, where the bar was set so high for Rodgers because we've seen so many great games and performances from him that when you had a little bit of a slip-up, and if that slip-up was like 280, 3 touchdowns, and an interception, you're like, what the heck is wrong with Aaron Rodgers? And I think, not trying to get too far ahead, but I feel like Misiorowski, the Miz kid, is approaching that. He's getting close to that. And don't take it for granted, Brewers fans. Just don't. And how he's become so dominant. And we're going to talk about Logan Harrison here, Kyle Harrison here in a couple minutes and such. But man, between these two, just, gosh, I hope they can use it And when I say use it, man, I hope that means it can develop into a championship, a World Series championship. Take advantage of this thing. Just, oh, gosh. He's so much fun to watch. So insanely fun to watch. Yesterday's game, too, we saw Christian Yelich, picking up his 4th home run of the season. But look at King Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn here as of late. In his last 23 at-bats, he's only gotten 1 home run so far this season. However, he is slugging a .565. He's averaging .391, and he's got an on-base of a .440. If we go back, if we look at what he has done so far this season, after starting opening day and then getting hurt and then missing a bit of time here, Andrew Vaughn, this season so far, .934 OPS, .333 average, and a .424 on-base percentage. Andrew Vaughn is quietly playing some really good baseball, especially from the offensive side of things. And I would even say Contreras here is maybe kind of quietly again, I don't want to say we're taking it for granted because we have this expectation in this level, but it may surprise some people to look at that. Contreras right now, his batting average is over 300 on the season. His OPS is 782, which is actually a little bit lower than his career average, which is 803. But his on-base is higher, 374 compared to a 358. And, again, 304 batting average. As you look at, his last 30 at-bats, he is hitting .433. You want to go back to his last 30 games, which is 119 at-bats. Contreras is .311. Hitting .311. Not only is he getting it done behind the dish with a lot of these younger players, but right now, what he's doing at the plate is pretty impressive too. And rightfully so, Bryce Harang has been getting a lot of talk so far this season. And I've been one of them, and I'm not going back on it by any means because Bryce Harang is still having a fantastic season. But we're not halfway through the season. William Contreras right now with some of the numbers. If you had to pick an MVP representative from your team, I'd say it's Miz and Contreras. Those would be my two with a little bit of a skosh of a Kyle Harrison. And, if you want to look at MVP odds right now, if you were to look at some of the odds out there, which I got them up right here if it wants to load. You're not going to see Contreras on here. Ohtani's going to run away with the thing again in the National League. That's just, I feel like that's going to happen here. But if you're wondering where the highest Brewer is, it's still Bryce Harang. Best odds are at plus 10,000. Cheerio's even higher than Contreras at this point. Oof. Ohtani, Schwarber, Olsen, Ellie De La Cruz, Harper, Corbin Carroll, Wood, Walker, Baldwin, Soto, Nico Horner, Freeman, Trang. Man, there's finally Contreras. Way down there. He's there with like a Suzuki from the Cubs. Man, I feel like Contreras is... what's the best way to describe it? Kind of phrase this. He ain't getting any of the respect. Contreras is a weird one because I shouldn't say respect because he does get some respect. Preseason wise, when all the rankings and polls come out from like MLB.com or all the MLB analysts, Contreras is consistently a top 1, top 2 catcher. So he gets that attention. He gets that praise. I just think maybe from a catching standpoint, it's going to be hard to win an MVP. But I still think, even though he gets that credit and that attention, before the season with these catcher rankings, I feel like during the season doesn't get enough credit. I don't know. I'm not saying he doesn't get any praise, any attention, but I'm just saying he could probably get a little bit more. When you factor in the threat he is from the plate on an offensive standpoint and the insanely young pitching staff that he works with. All right, we got to take a quick break. Plenty more Brewers talk. Let's talk about Game 2. We'll preview that coming up after these quick words. Summer is right around the corner, and that means it is time. We can't say around the corner anymore. It is here, right? Memorial Day week is past. But, hey, it's time to freshen up your home from the ground up with Carpet City Flooring Center. Whether you're hosting some backyard get-togethers or opening the doors to family and friends, or you're just ready for a seasonal refresh, new flooring can completely transform your space. From soft, comfortable carpet to durable luxury vinyl planks, Carpet City Flooring Center has everything you need to bring your vision to life. And it's not just about the looks. It's about quality that you could count on and expert guidance every single step of the way. Their team is ready to help you find the perfect fit for your style, your needs, and your budget. So before summer officially kicks off, make sure that your home is ready to shine. Stop on in to Carpet City Flooring Center today and take the first step towards a space that you will love all season long. Game 2 of this Cardinals series coming your way tonight for the Brew Crew. First pitch, 6:40. Coverage will begin 35 minutes prior on the radio dials of 105.1 FM and 790 AM. We've got Kyle Harrison on the mound here for the Brewers, the dynamic duo of Misiorowski and Kyle Harrison. So the lefty is going to be looking for his 6th win on the season. You want to talk about fantastic month of May? You got to put Kyle Harrison's name in there too. In 4 games, he is 3-0 with a 1.23 ERA. He's given up just 3 earned runs, 6 walks, and 29 strikeouts. On the other side of the mound, going for the Cardinals here tonight, we've got Michael McGreevy. He is 3-3 in 10 games so far this year with a 2.40 ERA. He is coming off of a loss against the Pittsburgh Pirates back on the 20th, where he went 5 innings, giving up 10 hits, 3 earned runs. But he's also been having a solid month of May in 4 games. He is 2-1 with a 1.57 ERA. Did it begin the month of May with a little bit of a walk issue? He's got 7 in 4 games, but 5 of those 7 coming in the first 2 games to open up the month of May. 16 strikeouts, including 9 against the Padres back on May 8th. When we look at a little bit of experience, none when you look at these 2 lineups. So both these ball clubs going to be going in here with a little bit of inexperience. It's kind of, McGreevy had 17 games last year for the Cardinals. He appeared in 4 games in the year prior in 2024. But when you look at some of the lineup experience between the two, nada. Nothing. So we'll see which offensive lineup has maybe a little bit of the advantage going into this one. But again, Kyle Harrison, with what he has shown so far this season for the Brew Crew, I mean, he is just if Misiorowski wasn't having the season that he has been having so far, all the talk would be about Kyle Harrison. And I know that's not necessarily fair, especially maybe for Kyle Harrison, but maybe it is a good thing for Kyle Harrison too, because just kind of coming into his first year here with the Brewers, with some stops with the Giants and the Red Sox. Maybe it's a good thing I don't want to say flying under the radar necessarily, but maybe it's a good thing for the kid, for the younger pitcher to kind of not have that as big of a spotlight on him where Misiorowski's taking a lot of it and Kyle Harrison can just go out there and do his thing. Sometimes it's hard to follow up what Misiorowski did the day before. Or maybe you approach it like, okay, that's what he did. I got to make sure my A game's on. I got to make sure that I go out there and do my thing. Not necessarily, trying to do match what Misiorowski did from a numbers perspective, but it sets the bar high for the rest of that staff to like, okay, you did that. Okay, I got to up my game. I got to make sure that I'm dialed in. I'm focused in. But man, if you're a Brewers fan and you're looking at the potential future here of Harrison and Misiorowski to lead this staff for the next few years, and then you throw a little Logan Henderson in there, whew, how do you not get excited about that potential? How do you? Right now, best duo. I'm not saying that. They're how do I want to rephrase that? Because I might say that they are the best duo right now. I love watching Misiorowski and Harrison pitch back to back. These guys are so fun. They're so fun to watch. And they're not going to go out there every single start and just be dominant. Odds are, they're going to have a hiccup. They're going to have a bad game. They're probably going to have a bad few games. Every pitcher does. Some more than others. But the good ones, they're few far between. But it's going to happen. I love watching these two guys throw the baseball, go out there, and how they do things. And Harrison moves so quick. He works so quick. It's like, ball, all right, pitch count ain't no factor for Kyle Harrison. He's got that rhythm and rhyme. He just goes out there, gets that sign, gets that call, goes out there, and nails it. So fun to watch. We'll talk some more Brewers, talk plenty more Brewers throughout this morning here, but I did want to talk a little bit about first of all, Jet Williams here. What he is kind of a Jet Williams update, because I think a lot of us are maybe kind of waiting, like, is he going to get called up? Where is he at here? Are we going to get there soon? So far in the month of May, he's hitting 288. And you kind of look again at the production from the left side. You're kind of wondering, are we getting to that point in time? Are we getting to like put up or shut up time? Let's get this thing going. Let's get it on up. Or maybe we don't see him, and maybe got time to talk about this yet. Do you kind of look at what's out there from a power bat standpoint for that third base position? I don't know. Maybe. We got a quick text from our friend Mark. Mark, how was, first of all, Mark says the best of the holiday weekend, the 110th running of the Indy 500. Wow, what a race with 70 lead changes. And after 500 miles, first and second separated by a foot or so. The best race in its history, according to many. Throwing the awesome salute to the fallen veterans in pre-race activities. What an event. Note to listeners, even if you're not a racing fan, put the Indy 500 on your bucket list. It's really something to see, and tickets are inexpensive compared to other events. So, okay, I like how you phrase that, Mark, because I'm going to throw that into a question. What is a sporting event that maybe you are not a fan of, or a diehard fan? Maybe you don't even consider yourself a casual fan, but you'd like to experience it. You'd like to go to and experience it. Maybe it's the Kentucky Derby. You're like, I don't know a thing about horse racing, but I'd like to go to it. I'd like to experience it. Maybe it's the Indy 500. Mark, how many years now, or how many of those races have you been to for the Indy 500? But what's another like event, or maybe it's just a normal game. Maybe you've never been to a soccer game. and you're not a soccer fan. I'm talking pro, Olympic, World Cup's coming up. And you're like, I don't know a dang thing about soccer. I don't know the rules. I don't know the strategy. But gosh darn it, I wouldn't mind going to a game and checking it out in person. So let's turn that into kind of our informal question of the day. What's a sporting event, a sporting game that you wouldn't even say you're a casual fan of, but you would like to experience, you'd like to go check out? Hit me up with your picks, okay? All right, we got to take a quick break as we are wrapping up the first hour already. I'm going to have to brew my third cup of coffee here this morning coming off the 3-day weekend. Man. All right, we'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Had some gorgeous weather this past weekend. So as a reminder, every summer Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the VFW Post 305, take in some live music and happy hour on the patio. Bring your camera, take in the view, grab a beverage, and enjoy some great live music performed by their talented local musicians. All VFW Post 305 will also be featuring some food and drink specials. And, of course, your four-legged friends are always welcome. And put this as a little bit of a reminder, with Father's Day coming up next weekend, or not next weekend. Maybe some dads were wishing it was next weekend, but next month, got the special Father's Day buffet Sunday, June 21st from 7 a.m. to noon. All right, so if you're looking to take dads out for Father's Day, for some brunch, some breakfast, maybe an early lunch, go over to the VFW Post 305. Enter to win a Father's Day basket with every breakfast purchased between now and June 21st as well. So there you go. Always something fun and always something different going on at the VFW Post 305. All right. So Mark says, to answer your question, somewhere around 40 indies I've attended. The first was in 83 when our local driver, Herm Johnson, was in the race. I missed a few over the years, including the COVID year, but not too many, so I'm lucky to have seen many of the great races. Oh, wow. That's so kind of a tradition now, Mark. That's amazing. 40. Wow. I would say that's probably, if I did a list of top 5 sporting events that I'm not necessarily a diehard fan, maybe I'm just kind of a casual fan, I'd probably put the Indy 500 on there. I'd probably put the Kentucky Derby on there. I'd like to see a World Cup match too. I couldn't tell you the rules and I couldn't break down strategy and soccer, but I'd kind of like to go and check it out in person. What are some of the ones for you out there? All right. Hit me up. Let me know. Coming up next hour, the latest rumors, rumblings surrounding Giannis. We'll get to that coming up in the next hour, and plenty more Brewers talk as well as we get set for Game 2 against the Cardinals tonight. Good morning, Morgs.
Hey, for sure the Derby would be mine. I love the Derby. Watching it on TV, but being there in real life. I mean, I'm priced way out of the Derby. That's never.
But are you? Would you say you're a casual fan?
Casual, yeah.
Okay, so what's the one if you weren't even a fan of, but you just want to experience?
See, that I don't know, because then you're dealing with crowds, and I'm not a huge crowd person.
You go to crowd stuff all the time.
Oh, I know. Like most people, you suck it up. Probably soccer. Like, I don't know much about soccer, but are you jazzed at all for the World Cup this year?
I might be a little bit more because Hudson's really into soccer, even though he's never played it.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I think it's a pop culture thing.
I think it's a generational thing. I know more young kids that are wearing soccer jerseys or into the whole culture of soccer.
He's got a Messi poster. He's got a Messi shirt, but he has not watched a single soccer match.
You can't fit one more sport into your life right now, so you better hope he doesn't play.
I honestly, if he wants to play, good, because that means I don't have to coach because I don't know a lick about soccer.
You probably still would coach, Lara. Now, Tussle Tuesday, just a couple of hot takes we're going to get your opinion on. Easy or complicated, depending on how much you want to argue. Water tastes different.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that there's a difference? Do you have a favorite water?
Not really.
But you can tell?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So bottled, tap?
Bottle. Unless it's like a filtered tap.
Okay, but you think that you can notice that
100%. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's some taps I won't, like, I just won't. If it's not filtered, I won't.
Checking in luggage is better than bringing a carry-on.
That's the wrong question for me. I've only flown once in my life, and it was back when I was in 8th grade.
Would you do it again, or are you not a plane person? You're shaking your head.
I'm indifferent. I'd like more experience, but
okay.
I got too much going on in my life right now to.
What about
to
fashion? You're a fashion guy.
No, I'm not.
Wearing socks with sandals.
Oh my gosh! No, I just said this yesterday. We pulled into Menards, and there was a lady wearing like not even slides. Slides and socks are fine, like if you're at a ball tournament, because you can do that. But if you have
and socks, have you seen the kids now in the Berks?
That's what it was, and I just no.
Why?
What's the point? What's the point of wearing sandals if you're going to wear socks with it? What is the point?
Okay, well, on this note, since you're getting all lathered up, the customer is always right.
No.
I don't either.
No.
But I do think, one of my legit hot takes in life, I think you should have to work food or retail at some point